All right, Keith, we're going to get to your question now. Location of Sodom and Gomorrah and Zeboiim, or Admah and Zeboiim. Also, Jeremiah 49:18, the Lord said, so no one will live there. No man will dwell in it. Is it occupied today? And then he said, it meant no son of man will dwell in it. And so that's where we're going to get Sodom and Gomorrah. Like I said, it's probably somewhere around the Dead Sea, but we don't know exactly the location. And that really testifies to the utter destruction.
Exactly. And whenever God says that no man shall dwell in it, we see that happen not just in Sodom and Gomorrah, but in several other places. We see that in the city of Tyre. We see that also in Joshua whenever he curses Jericho. In Joshua chapter 6, verse 26, he says, cursed be the man before the Lord who rises up and builds this city Jericho. He shall lay his foundation with his firstborn, and with his youngest he shall set up his gates. Well, you see that actually happen in 1 Kings chapter 16, verse 34, whenever Hiel of Bethel built Jericho, laid its foundation, and with his firstborn and the youngest. And to this day, you can go there, and there is a tail. A tail is a hill, and it's really what it is. It's a bunch of layers where they built a city, it got destroyed, and then they built a city on top of that, and it got destroyed, and they built another city, and it just kept building up as in a hill, called a tail. You can go there today and still see ancient Jericho, where ancient Jericho was, and it is still unoccupied today. As John mentioned, we don't really know where Sodom and Gomorrah is, but many think that it was in the area of the Dead Sea. Well, there's no habitations around the Dead Sea in that general area, even to this day. Further north, there is a few, but yes, so to this day, that's a fascinating aspect of archaeology, that even now, as John was saying, you can go places, see them, and even see places that aren't there anymore because God said that they would never be inhabited. So this, I think, is very powerful testimony of prophecy. Now, one last thing I want to
The Admah and Zeboiim? Oh, you're going something else.
Well, the only other thing I was going to say was this is Jeremiah now. He's a prophet, and prophets a lot of times speak in figurative language and things like that as well. So there is some of that to be applied to this.
Oh, exactly. I want to clarify on Admah and Zeboiim. I might not be saying that right. My wife gets a kick out of how I pronounce stuff.
Well, one of my favorites is in Nehemiah chapter 8, whenever he stands up to read the book. I love when men get up to read that. They try to announce all those, pronounce all those names.
I told somebody, I said, say them really fast.
Oh, man. Yeah. Just say them fast like you meant it that way.
Yeah, just be confident.
And all those guys.
But what you have here is two cities and kings that had aligned themselves into an alliance with Sodom and Gomorrah. It doesn't specifically say they were destroyed at the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, but if you read Genesis 19, verse 28 through 29, he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as a smoke. And you read through here, it's the idea of it's the whole area around. And I remind, even up there around Galilee in the times of Jesus, it was customary that a lot of times they had little towns that were very close proximity.
Yes.
When you start trying to think about,
Capernaum and Bethel and all of them right there, real close. Well, I say Bethel, not Bethel, but anyway.
The area of Galilee, we still see that. And so when he destroyed them, Sodom and Gomorrah, he destroyed an area, wiping it clean. And so they're thought to have been destroyed with them. So hope that answers the question, Keith.
Great question.
As it comes in. He always has some good questions.
He does.
Us.